In the days when yam was king and men measured their worth by the height of their barns, the kola nut was more than food. It was life. It was the key that unlocked friendship, the staff that bound peace, the rope that tied one man to another. When a guest arrived, even if it was the sun itself that entered your hut, you would first bring forth kola. The elders said, Onye watara oji, watara ndu. He who brings kola brings life. And the young listened, for to touch kola was to touch the very breath of the ancestors. But there arose a man whose pride was taller than the iroko tree. He was strong, his barns groaned with yam, his wives were many, and his compound rang with the voices of children. He was a man of wealth and renown, but his heart was swollen with arrogance. The people whispered that he despised the ways of the ancestors, that he mocked the customs that gave life meaning. One season during the Feast of the New Harvest, his in-law from a neighboring village came to visit. As was the custom, the visitor brought kola nuts tied in a leaf and a cock for sacrifice. The compound was full. Men sat on goatskins, women spread mats, and children's eyes shone like fireflies in the dusk. The kola was placed before the host, but instead of lifting his staff and saying the prayer of peace, the man laughed. Must we always utter the same words before we eat? Is it the nut that makes men's hearts pure, or the hearts themselves? The kola is only a seed. Let us eat. He cracked the kola with his own hands without pouring libation, without invoking the ancestors, without blessing the gathering. A silence fell. Even the children stopped chewing their roasted maize. The air was heavy, as if the ancestors themselves had held their breath. For it is said, Ihe eji ama maduka, makaria ihe eji ama anu ohia. That which distinguishes man is greater than that which distinguishes a beast. That night the man dreamed. He stood in a great forest. The trees bent low, their leaves whispering. From the shadows came the ancestors, their bodies pale as moonlight, their voices heavy with grief. You have not broken kola, they said. You have broken the bridge between men. When he woke, his throat was dry and his compound was silent. He shook off the dream. But dreams are not leaves that scatter in the wind. They cling like dew on grass. Soon after, quarrels broke out in his household. His sons fought with sticks, his wives poured insults on one another, and his daughters wept in silence. His barn, once swollen with yam, was found to be hollow. Termites had eaten through the walls, and rats feasted on the tubers. His goats strayed and were lost to leopards, his hens ceased to lay, and even his dogs barked without reason. The people said, It is the curse of the broken kola. He grew desperate. He slaughtered goats, poured palm wine on the earth, even brought cowries to the shrine of Ani, the earth goddess. But the priests only shook their heads. For kola is not just food, they said. Kola is the breath of peace. When you despised it, you despised the ancestors themselves. The man's face grew lean, and his compound, once filled with laughter, became a place of shadows. When his eldest son, in anger, left to live among strangers, the village women gathered and sang mockingly as they passed, Ojigbajiri, Obigbajiri, Oji Juru Naka, Mana Obigara Iru. The kola is broken, the heart is broken. The kola fills the hand, but the heart finds no rest. In time he became a man no one trusted. Guests no longer visited his compound. When disputes were settled, no one invited him to break kola. His name, once spoken with respect, became a proverb on children's lips. Ekwensu kapyu kola naka, ogbajie ya nenwegi makpere. Even the devil can hold kola, but he cannot break it with prayer. And so he died, lonely, though his compound was full of children. His barns stood tall, but they echoed with emptiness. His story was told by the fire, not as a song of greatness, but as a warning. No man is greater than kola. No man is greater than the bond of peace. For Oji Bundu, kola is life,